Hey, what's going on, everybody? Samuel Akem here, and I'm back with another one. Thank you guys for tapping into yet another breakdown. Today, we are breaking down the film of Ricky White, the receiver out of UNLV. He has entered his name into the 2025 NFL Draft, and obviously, I did a breakdown on him last year. I think very highly of this receiver from a smaller school, UNLV, a G5 program. I think this guy has really good downfield speed. That is the number one thing that pops out to me when you watch his tape. He's got good footwork at the line of scrimmage. He is a deep ball wide receiver. When you think of somebody taking the top off of the defense, Ricky White is the guy that you envision. Great post route receiver, great deep ball receiver on the fade balls, good 50-50 ball catcher at times. He does a lot of work down the field. He makes a lot of his plays down the field. I think a lot of that also was due to the offense that he played in. He was able to play out of the slot, but also play on the outside at UNLV. Some of the things that I think hurts him in his draft evaluation is they had somewhat of a limited route tree at UNLV. A lot of posts, a lot of deep fade routes, not a lot of digs, not a lot of intermediate stuff, some decent short stuff, but I feel like his route tree isn't as complex as he's going to see at the next level. So that's something that you kind of see pop up on his film. And then he's not great at contested catches. I mentioned that he's a 50-50 ball guy, and he's made some 50-50 catches, but a lot of times on those contested catches, he doesn't always come down with the ball. So some of the cons to his game, some of the pros to his game, but we're going to be breaking down his ALL-22 film and reviewing it and getting into the film. So you guys, make sure you guys hit the like, make sure you guys hit the subscribe, and leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys on the other side. Okay, Ricky White. We are getting into the film of Ricky White, and the first clips that I put on here are some of his explosive plays from the 2024 season. Also, I'd like to mention all of these clips that we have on here of Ricky White are all from the 2024 season, so we didn't put any 2023 plays on there, although he did have a really good year in 2023. We didn't put any of that in here. Right here, he's going to run the post route from the slot, and a little bit of this is more so on the throw. This is a really good throw, but a really good route from Ricky White to be able to see the hole in that zone. Looks like they're getting into a cover 3, but he's able to get over the top of that corner on the back side here, and that's really what opens it up. Honestly, it might even be quarters, but it looks like a cover 3 once the zones break out, and Ricky White gets over the top of that coverage, and it's a really good throw from the quarterback. See the catch a little bit better, throw and catch a little bit better from this end zone view, but really good hands catch from Ricky White, really good ball tracking ability right there, and really good ball from his quarterback. Great throw and catch right there. Here you go. We got Ricky White once again in the slot right here. And he's running that slight inside bend vertical route. This is more of an RPO. Another thing that they ran a lot in this offense with UNLV, with this go-go offense, Brennan Marion's go-go offense, was this RPO. The RPO is really big in their offense. They run the ball a lot of triple option, a lot of read option, a lot of RPO, and a lot of times that's what's get Ricky White open. You see that slot defender, that nickelback is going to hesitate right there, watching the run fake. Ricky White slips in right behind him, and he has the speed to take it all the way to the end zone. His speed pops out all the time to you on tape. His ball tracking ability is really good. Right here, he's going to track the ball into the back of the end zone. Now, this is once again sort of like a rub. It doesn't end up being a rub, but a lot of times you get rubs on this. Really good ball, but really good ball tracking from Ricky White to be able to bring that ball in, track it over the shoulder. Really good catch. Obviously, him being a deep ball receiver, you would hope that he's good at catching those deep balls, tracking the ball over your shoulder, and Ricky showed that right there. Here you go. Right here, he's at the top, singled up on the left side of the field. Quick release at the line. The release doesn't really give you much, but he's got the vertical speed to be able to get good leverage and the verticality to be able to go up and make that catch. Really good catch from Ricky White, really good ball from the quarterback, and really good rep right there from Ricky White. He doesn't get the separation that you want here on a fade, but the quarterback put the ball to where, he could still be able to make a competitive play on the ball. Really good job. Here you go. You got Ricky White singled up once again down here at the bottom of your screen. I believe this is another 50-50 catch on the fade. Nothing crazy with the release, just going to walk into the release, couple steps, burst out. Once again, doesn't get the separation that you want, but has the ability to be able to track the ball at a high level and go make the play when the rubber meets the road. Really good rep there from Ricky White. Really good catch there. Can't really see the catch very well, but he made the catch. This is one of his best games from the 2024 season, was this Utah State game, and he made a lot of big time plays. Once again, this Utah State film is on here, and Ricky White's down here at the bottom of your screen. Not a crazy release, but the receiver or the defensive back looks like they might be playing some sort of two-man coverage, because the DB is going to give up the outside immediately, which is what tells me two-man. Also, this safety, you got two high safeties. This safety is immediately, he's not on the hash, but he's immediately, what we say, getting off the hash and trying to get over the top. Great ball from the quarterback. Great leverage from Ricky White. He doesn't fade off that red line. There's a red line on this field going down the top of the numbers. You want to stay as close to that red line as possible. Actually, the red line will be at the bottom of the numbers in college, but you want the ball to be able to fade you out. Little slight push off. I like this right here from Ricky White. The little push off right there to create that last second separation, and then the finish to get into the end zone. Really, really good job right there. Really, really good job. Once again, like I said, the release on the line wasn't too crazy. He was given the outside leverage, but he has the speed, and he used a little vet trick to be able to chicken wing him away and make the catch to get into the end zone. Really, really good job right there. Here you go. You got Ricky White right here at the top of your screen. He's going to run this slant. And what I like about this is obviously he's a deep ball receiver, but a lot of times when you got those deep ball receivers, they're not so great with the ball in their hands. Sometimes they're deep ball receivers, but then you get them in the open field and they can't really make a guy miss. Ricky White can both beat you down the field, but he also can make you miss once he has the ball in his hands. Ricky White catching the slant might be, I'm going to call it a slant. 3-step slant, third on the outside, 5-step slant, third on the outside. Watch this, how he sticks his foot in the ground right after the catch and gets vertical. Really good run after the catch ability. I think his receiver was blocking the wrong guy, man. Like, we don't need him. We need him. Either way, Ricky White takes it for a big time play down the field. We got the end zone look on here, but I really love that move he put on after the catch. Stick your foot in the ground, change direction. Obviously, he got a little help from number one getting that block right there, but sticking your foot in the ground and getting up the field, really, really good play. Really, really good explosion from Ricky White right there. You go right here. You're going to get him into the flats on this quick arrow route, quick flat route, getting the ball into his hands. Nothing crazy about this, just exemplifying how he can do a little bit of something with the ball in his hands. I think that last play showed a little bit more of that than this, but get the ball into his hands in the flats. Good blocks on the outside, but he's got the speed to take it up the sidelines and be able to get the first down a little more. Good speed. Another thing that rep shows is his speed out on the outside. Watch him get the ball in his hands and then burst. Be able to run away from guys. Really good job right there. We'll skip through this. Brutal hit right there. Here you go right here. You got Ricky White on the outside out of the 2 wide receiver set. That's actually a tight end right there. But Ricky White on the outside. I like the finish on this play. So nothing crazy. Just a hitch route on the route right here. Drug the foot right there. I know a lot of coaches don't love the foot drag, but quick hitch, get me the ball. That's the point he's trying to make. And the ability to finish. Ricky White is not the biggest receiver. He is one of the faster receivers, but what he is going to do is, as he shows right here, make a guy miss, get into the end zone, and finish the play for the touchdown. Really, really good job right there. We got the end zone look on here. Making a guy miss on a missed tackle, and then the ability to be able to finish. Looks like his knee almost hit right there. His knee might have hit. Did they review this? I don't know. Either way, looks like a touchdown. It's a good rep right there. Good rep right there. Really good short area quickness at the line of scrimmage. I think Ricky Williams is good at the line of scrimmage. I don't get a ton of reps. I mean, obviously we've had a few reps on here where he didn't do much of the line of scrimmage, but on these inside breaking slants, these next 2 reps that we're going to see, really good footwork at the line of scrimmage. And, you know, I just love the suddenness on the route. I love the suddenness, the second level release, move him off that spot, and then get to where you're wanting to go immediately and make the catch for the touchdown. Really good rep right there. Watch it again up here. Similar release, not so much of an outside stick, still an outside stick in there. Move that defensive back off that spot, get into the end zone for the touchdown. 2 quick, really good reps right there. He's not going to get the ball on this one, but once again, this shows his downfield ability. Ricky White is a downfield receiver. If you give him the opportunity, he's going to take the top off the defense, and he's going to make you pay. His quarterback, Williams, could have thrown a touchdown right here. He chose not to, but in my eyes, that looks like a touchdown. That is a rep win for Ricky White, and that is why I put it on here. Really good rep right there from Ricky White. Here you go. He's at the bottom of your screen right here. He's going to run a post corner right here. And one thing about this offense, about this go-go offense, is they don't do a ton of this. If they do a ton of this, I didn't see it on the film of Ricky White. I watched quite a few games. I think I watched 3 or 4 games, and this wasn't something that was a staple in their offense, but I like to put it on here, and I like that he has this rep because, you know, you want to see this from a draft prospect, especially a receiver draft prospect that you're hoping to draft probably I'd say Ricky White probably goes in the 4th, 5th round if I had to guess. But you want to see that he be able to change directions and run good routes. I think the ball is actually late here, but I do love the rep. I would love if he sold the post a little bit more. Although he did get him on the break and was open well enough to be able to make things happen. But would have loved a little bit more definition in that post break. But I do like the break. I like the rep. He got out of the break pretty efficiently, and it's a good rep. It's a good rep from Ricky White. Once again, showing that he has that aspect of his game. Here you go, Ricky White at the bottom of your screen. So the reason I put this on here was not actually a plus for Ricky's game. This is something that you definitely want to get worked out as you get into the NFL. He's cutting off his inside foot right here. So you watch that first step he takes to the outside is off his inside foot. You do not want that as a receiver. Receiver coaches will caution you against that. OCs will caution you against that. Anybody who knows what they're talking about in the game of football will caution you against that. It's inefficient, and at times it can hurt you if there's uneven playing field surfaces. So if it's raining, if it's snowing, you know, this is where you slip. When you're cutting off that inside foot, you're slipping. So not a great rep right there. Obviously, he got the reception. Obviously, he's wide open. It's off coverage. You know, this is a throw all day, no matter how the route looks. The quarterback's going to throw this. Just from a technicality standpoint, that's not really how you want to make your breaks at the receiver position. So wanted to put that on there. Obviously, there's a lot of pros to Ricky White's game, but there's also cons to his game. But also, that's not to say that he doesn't know how to do it the right way, because you got this rep right here against Utah State, probably one of his better games of the 2024 season. Still not perfect, but this is more so a rep where he's rolling into it. But you see that first step where he's making the break to the outside is on that left outside foot. He's making that break. That left outside foot is the first foot. Then that inside foot is rolling with it, and then he rolls out of it. Really, I think good rep here, rolling out of that break, not breaking on that inside foot, breaking on that, or not breaking on that outside foot, breaking on that inside foot. Good rep from Ricky right here. Good rep from Ricky White here. I'm kind of tongue-tied a little bit, but good rep right there. Really good rep. Here you go. Once again, a quick out, but once again, he's breaking on that inside. Well, this is a little reverting back to that first rep against Hawaii, where he's really breaking off the inside foot, but it's a quick out. You want to get into it fast, but I did throw this on here to kind of show something that he could probably work on, something that, you know, isn't too appealing to scouts, and something that is probably a little bit more technical than people might like. But, you know, once you get into the draft process, once you get into this late in the process, you're looking at the technicalities, you're looking at all the small things. I did like this rep. So this rep, he's going to run a fallout route at about 10 yards. And one thing I like, the break is decent, hits it in 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't really fall out of the break immediately, but once he sees where the ball is at, I like how he fights back to the ball, but then once again makes something happen with the ball in his hands. Something that you see in his game often. It's not something that just shows up on 1 clip or 2 clips. He genuinely has the ability to make things happen with the ball in his hands, can make a guy miss, make 2 guys miss there, and get you more yardage. Good run after the catch ability by Ricky White, making a guy miss, making another guy miss. Really good suddenness when he's got the ball in his hands. Really, really good job. Right here on the quick slant, I believe we got here. The break doesn't look too efficient right here, but I do like how he makes the close quarters catch. You know, you want to be able to see your receivers to be able to make catches in tight quarters, and he does that right there. And it shows up once again right here. He's going to run this quick spot route right here. It's not immediately open. Quarterback's going to scramble out, get the ball to him, and he takes a huge hit, but hangs on to the ball. Really good show right there from Ricky White to be able to hang on to the ball. Really good job. That's a big hit that he took right there. And to be able to hang on the ball is big time. Big time right there. Here you go. Ricky White on the intermediate route, running the over. He's right here on the outside. They're in a tight bunch formation. Ricky White's going to get the over. He's not going to drift upfield too much. Going to stay in good relation with the quarterback. The quarterback's going to eventually find him, get the ball to him, and it's a good catch in traffic. Not close quarters like those last 2, but good catch in traffic to be able to hang on to it. We got the end zone view here. Getting the ball off. Good catch in traffic. Really good job. Really good job from Ricky White. Here you go. You're going to get the slight slant route right here. This isn't anything crazy. It's wide open right here, but once again, another RPO, which is something that they ran a lot at this UNLV, in this UNLV system. RPOs are a big piece of it, and Ricky White's making the catch right there. But like I said, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy right there. So the last thing that I wanted to put on this tape was his blocking ability. They ran a lot of triple option things, a lot of reverses, a lot of run. The run game is a big part of that go-go offense with Brennan Marion. And as a receiver, you got to be able to block. And at the NFL level, they're going to ask you to block. And I like how that is something that shows up on the tape for Ricky White. Not just once, not just twice, over and over again. Now, there are times where, you know, he doesn't so much get the block the way you would want him to, but good leverage on the block right here. Good window, making a window for his runner and creating a hole where his guy can run through. Pause. Really, really good job right there. I love this block right here. The run isn't so much to him immediately. He's not so much engaged. He's engaged, but he's not so much engaged in the block. Once he notices the run runs to him, he gets engaged, drives those feet. I like that finish on that block right there. I love that finish on that block. Good leverage, good hands, all of it. I really love it. It looks really good. It's a good rep right there. It's a good rep right there. So this is a little choppy right here at the beginning, but what I'm trying to show is him on the crack block. We call this a crack when you're going to get the safety, you're leaving the corner for either a lineman or for the running back, and he gets really good leverage. Probably his hands are a little bit outside, but we're in the trenches right here, and I like the leverage, I like the block, I like the temperament, I like it all. Really good job. Watch Ricky White right here. Good contact, hands a little bit outside. You might have been able to call a hold, but to me, that's a good block. For the most part. Well, that is going to conclude the Ricky White breakdown. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments of Ricky White. What do you guys think of this breakdown? What do you guys think of his game? Where do you guys see Ricky White going? You guys let me know down below what team could use Ricky White's talents. You guys leave me a comment down below. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. 80% of you guys who are watching my videos are not subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. And with all that, I'll leave you guys be, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much. See you later.